Hi, it's Kelley from the FVPA here. I'm with Channon, producer of Next Gen FIFA. I've got a couple of questions I'd like to ask. First being, obviously, because we've just been playing the game ourselves, we've already seen a lot of new animations with the passing, the crowd specifically, which was looking good. The atmosphere of the game itself is really looking good. In terms of obviously when we drop our Xbox or our PS3 and go for the next gen Xbox One or PS4, there's a few questions that we'd sort of like to know before we do that. First being with the Virtual Pro that we're currently building, will that carry over to the next gen?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we mentioned in the presentation at the beginning, for us it was really important that we could create all the major features carried over from Gen 3 to Gen 4, and obviously clubs is a big part of that. As we just said, you guys playing clubs are very passionate about that area of the game, and it was important that we could get that in there. So the Virtual Pro, your online Virtual Pro, will carry over from Gen 3 to Gen 4, and obviously all the features that are in Pro Clubs on HD, so 360 and PS3 will be there on PlayStation 4 as well.
Excellent.
And Xbox One.
Any new features in Pro Clubs? I know it's obviously exactly the same version of FIFA, and there are some striking differences in terms of the animation and the crowd. And in fact, if you want to elaborate on the extra features after animations and crowd, which we already mentioned.
Yeah. So there's the features between the two consoles in clubs will be the same. In terms of the features across the game, obviously, you talked about there's a lot of changes in presentation. We've done a lot of work in gameplay as well. We wanted some real deep innovation there. So you're going to notice a lot of changes in the way players interact, the players interact with each other. We're doing a lot more processing now around our physics system. So it gives players the sort of anticipation and awareness that we haven't had before. So they might be able to avoid a leg coming in for a tackle, whereas previously they've fallen over. They can brace for an impact. But you can now also use your body position more to win back the ball instead of just tackling.
But that will all translate into Pro Clubs anyway, won't it?
Absolutely.
Part of the game.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So that will all come across there, and I think the game feels very different and grounded. You've talked about animations. There's much more animation variety in terms of passing and shooting and headers and everything. So really excited about how the game has changed and the innovation in gameplay, and obviously that will come out in clubs as well.
Excellent. In terms of the servers at the moment for online, specifically for clubs, are they going to be the same, or
they'll be on their own server set, I believe, for next gen. So I'm sure that will all work. In terms of them being in there on their own, and we'll be making sure that you have a great experience in there as well.
Whilst we're still on talking about online, spectator mode was something we've sort of discussed in the past.
Yeah.
And obviously with the next gen consoles themselves having some sort of streaming option, was you already aware of that? Is that something you've sort of not looked at the game because you knew that was coming for consoles?
It's something obviously we're aware of, and it's something that we've looked at. We don't have spectator mode in for FIFA 14. We'll have to wait and see for the future.
Yeah. Excellent. So in terms of game face, could you sort of talk a little bit about game face? If that's
so that will be there, as will be in the past, and again, it will just be in line with what we've done previously in the HD version.
Excellent. And does that translate across all? So if I'm in the game, would I see like Cottage Face, for instance? Would I see that? Or will he own his own?
I don't know. I have to check.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
I don't want to give you the wrong answer.
No, that's fine. Okay, I think we're done. You got any more questions, man behind the camera? No. Okay. Thanks very much. All right, cheers, mate.